Welcome to Opportune TV, your premier destination for unlimited entertainment. Opportune Television, your TV, ask for more.
Hello viewers, good morning and thank you for standing by. My name is Road Commander Elizabeth Oluwadamilola and I am the Lagos Public Relations Officer for Federal Safety Corps, Lagos Sector Command. Though you call it public relations, we call it Public Education Officer. So get used to it. Next time I say Sector Public Education Officer, you get used to it. Thank you. So today we're going to be talking about behind every crash, the dangerous habits, those dangerous habits that we put on the road that affect us, that cause those tragedies that we witness on our roads. And today I'm going to be talking about 10. So let's get right into it. Number 1, that seatbelt that you always avoid. Please, why? Please, why? That seatbelt is there for a reason. And once you enter your vehicle, the first thing you have to do, immediately you reverse out of your compound. Once you want to reverse, you do not put on your seatbelt. But when you're done reversing out of your compound or from wherever you're going, from wherever you're coming out from, you put on your seatbelt immediately. So it's not a case of federal safety stops you or maybe any traffic agency stops you on the road and you tell them, oh, my seatbelt isn't working or but I'm pregnant. That's why I'm not putting on my seatbelt. Please, if you're pregnant, at that point in time, I call you the vehicle owner. So you have to sit at the back while somebody drives you if you're pregnant. And okay, so as we get right into it, you will understand. So your seatbelt is the first important thing that you have to put on. And it's bad habits when you get into your vehicle and you feel, oh, I don't need it. Or you feel, oh, that tiny thing, what can it do for me? It can do a lot of things for you. Maybe in the course of this program, next time, I'll give you a story of how it has saved a lot of people while driving. Number 2, your phone that you engage with in your vehicle. Now, let me give you the psychology of driving and psychology of using your phone. You cannot concentrate. There's something we call psychology of focus. You cannot concentrate on 2 things at a time. I can't be talking to you on here and still be talking to somebody with this phone. It's not possible. I want to talk to this person and I want to concentrate on you, my viewers. It's not possible. So you can only concentrate on one thing at a time. And that means your brain can only focus on one thing. Now look at the picture you're seeing on your screen. She is neck deep into that call. And then she has forgotten herself while on that road. She's no longer on that road, but she's on her phone. So she can only concentrate on one thing at a time. So please, next time somebody calls you, pull off the road, you park away from the expressway, the highway, or the road, whichever one you are at that point in time they are calling you, and then you pick up that phone and you receive. 3, fatigue. When you are tired, when you are sick, when you are taking your medications, you do not drive. Now, there are some medications that you take that impair your judgment, that impair your focus while you're driving. When you are tired, you can only concentrate on that, your tiredness. You feel, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. But because of, possibly you feel pressured that, oh, I have to drive myself, I have to do this, I have to do that. You put yourself on that vehicle, behind that steering. It's a bad habit. Please get somebody to drive you, or you take a rest and sit at home. When you are taking medication, you are not supposed to drive at all. You are not supposed to drive. You are in no way supposed to drive at all. Number 4, you speed beyond normal. And then in your head, you feel, oh, I'm the best at this. I've been driving since 1976. I've been doing this since 1968. No, it's a bad habit. you don't speed beyond normal. You don't speed beyond the specified kilometer per hour. Now, you're going to Ibadan and you feel in your head you can get to Ibadan in 20-25 minutes. How? Are you going to fly? And speeding is one of the causes of crashes on our road. And you know one thing I say a lot of times, crashes are not random. They don't just happen. They are the consequences of our inactions and our actions. So your inaction or your action is when you tell yourself that you want to drive from here, Abule Egba, to Abeokuta in 20 minutes. How are you going to do that? Now you feel like, oh, your vehicle is good enough and you are in a good, you're in the right frame of mind and you want to speed, you want to go and ignore every other person on the road. You are ignoring the pedestrian who is working from home, trying to make ends meet. You are ignoring that cyclist. You are ignoring other drivers on the road. As you are trying to put yourself in a place of safety, remember others too are coming from a home where they are expecting them back. So put them in a place of safety as well. Number 5, wrongful overtaking. When you are not you don't have a good visibility of what is happening ahead of you or ahead of the vehicles in front of you, then it is wrong for you to overtake other vehicles in front of you, especially when you are in a bend. You only can overtake when it is clear enough that there are no vehicles coming ahead of you, or it is clear enough that there's no bend ahead of you or other vehicles ahead of you. Or else we all know what it turns to when you do this. Number 6, road rage. Why are we always angry? Why are we always aggressive? Why do we feel, oh, please leave the road for me, I have to drive. Oh, get out of the road, And when you do this, you are equally affecting other vehicle drivers on the road. You are equally affecting other road users on the road. Your inaction, your actions are going to result into something bad to you and to other road users. Now, let me give you an example of something that happened yesterday. While it was raining, I was coming from a particular program, and there's this vehicle just beside me who was trying to navigate the road, and he was seriously angry. He wants everybody to get out of that road for him to ply easily. And then in the course of it, there's this woman walking, and who was trying to assess the road as well, crossing from one end to another end. And this guy hits the woman, and she died on the spot. Because he was not focused at the point in time when he was aggressive. He was aggressive and was looking at other vehicle drivers. And then that woman, that pedestrian that was walking in front of him, he didn't see. And because the woman felt, oh, he wasn't looking and he wasn't driving. So, boom, as he pushed the vehicle, he pushed this into the woman's body, and then the woman died. So imagine that, and always have that in your head that as you are trying to drive and you know that, dear wife, dear children, I'll be back home very soon. As you have told them that you're coming back very soon, that means in your head you want to put yourself in a place of safety. Put other people in place of safety. Now, another one that I see a lot of youth, this happens to a lot of us, but youth most especially, and this has killed over 80% of youth in Nigeria on Nigerian roads. And this is driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Parents, you have a whole lot of work to do. Now, when you give your vehicle to your child to drive, your boy or your girl to drive, make sure you teach them. Don't just take them to driving school. The best driving lesson they can get comes from you first. You give them their first driving lessons, and then you take them to driving school before they learn the nitty-gritty of driving on the road. But when you don't do this, they feel, oh, whatever they do behind the steering works for them. Driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs impair your focus totally. You feel you are on the right when you are on the left. You feel you are at the back when you are in front. You feel you are at the front when you are at the back. And then because you have an impaired judgment of what is happening on the road, the vehicle ahead of you seems too close to you, or the vehicles far from you, the vehicle close to you seems very far away from you. And then before you know it, you crash into other vehicles, you crash into pedestrians, you crash into cyclists. And then you find yourself blaming yourself for what you did intentionally. Popping a drink is intentional. Taking your key to go and start your ignition is intentional. But is it intentional that you're going to kill those people on the road? Please check this. And parents, please, your child between 18 to 30 are still under your tutelage. Teach them well. Give them the right driving lesson before they come on the road. Another one, which is the 8th lesson, is the vehicle maintenance. Your vehicle maintenance is very, very, very important. And as a lady, you feel, oh, if my car gets spoiled on the road, I'll just park it and call my husband, I'll call my boyfriend, I'll call my daddy. Please learn how to maintain your vehicle. Learn how to change your tires. Learn how to check your oil filter, your water. Learn how to do the things in your vehicle. When you open that booth, check if your spare tire is well pressured. When was the last time you checked your tires? The 4 tires underneath your vehicle. Let alone the spare that you will use, you will resort into when one of your tires, you find them faulty. Also, your reflective triangle, they are in 2 pairs. They are quite important. Check if they are still there. Your fire extinguisher, is it still in existence or it has expired? Is it still functional? Is it functional enough or it has congealed in the container? Please go and open your booth right away and check if you have the right fire extinguisher in your booth. Some of us have the fire extinguisher that a bicycle or a motorcycle is supposed to be using. That's what we have in our vehicle. Please go and check or walk into any federal safety office to ask them to check for you and to give you the right fire extinguisher that you have to buy. Now, I've spoken about your spare tire. Do you even know anything about your oil, your brake oil, your steering oil? Do you know how to change any of those? When you open your bonnet in the morning, do you know what to change, what not to change? Do you know you have to put water? Now, how about your wiper? It's raining season now. Have you ever checked those wipers? Do you know if they are functional enough for you to use during the raining season? Now, some of us just drive our vehicles, especially the women. Well, yeah, I'm a woman too. But we just put our vehicles on the road, and it's until it's bad that we take it to the mechanic. And then they get to charge us. There are some things that you can easily change in your vehicle without taking it to the mechanic. But do we know this? Some of us know. Some yes. To those yes, kudos please. Congratulations to you. Now, another one that I want to talk about is child safety. We usually ignore this. And it is not right. One is that parent, the father, the mother, that puts his child on the steering while driving. Pampering his baby is not by putting them in front of the seats with you to drive. You are equally distracting yourself. It's one of the methods of distracting yourself when you are driving. Putting your child in front of a steering. Now, you are equally teaching that child bad habits. You are equally teaching that child to also drive and put his child in front of a steering, because that's how you pampered him. So he's going to grow up and pamper a child like that as well. Now, the right way to do this is to put a car seat behind your vehicle. In between the 2 seats, you put a car seat there and put your child right there. They don't like staying there. I know. They don't like staying there. But the more you teach them, they don't like to do anything strenuous. But the more you teach them, the more you make it fun for them, the more they get imbibed into it. Another one that I see you doing, age 0 to 12 of your children. are seated beside you in the vehicle, and that's the front seat. It's not supposed to be. Now, peradventure, you're driving and something happens and you hit a vehicle in front of you, and then they get to hit their head on the dashboard. What happens? How do you settle this within yourself? That's guilty conscience, right? Now, if you don't want to have that guilty conscience, teach them how to sit at the back of the seat and tell them that is their space for now. Teach them to sit there. Now, there's something Federal Safety introduced a while ago, and it is called Youth Safety Education in all the primary and secondary school, and it is to teach the children from school to home. Likewise, help us teach them from home to school. Don't let's teach them to you to the extent that they start teaching you. I had an experience last year where I went to teach a child in a school, teach children in the school, and then one of the children told me that, I realized my mom makes call whenever she's driving, so I told my daddy to pay for the school bus to be taking me to school because school bus driver doesn't make call while driving. That's an indictment. That's an indictment on the parents. But it's fair for the child, but that now she goes with the school bus, but it's an indictment on your side. And as she corrected herself, well, I may not know, but it is good that as you're listening now, please correct yourself. Your age 0 to 12 are to be at the car seat. When they are smart enough to know that they cannot engage you, they can't distract you while you're driving. Some of these children, while you are driving, want to engage your gear as you are engaging it. They've seen you pulling it once in a while, and because you have taught them to sit at the front seat, they also want to engage. You are pulling the steering back and forth. They also want to go and try it one day. So before you know it, they take your key, open your vehicle, and they start the ignition. Please teach your children to always stay at the back seat. And once they are smart enough, from age 13 and above, they can come and sit at the front seat. The last but not the least, am I done with the child safety education? No. Another thing that I need you to teach your children is the fact that when you are driving out of the compound, if they are in the compound, let them stay on a side of the road or on the side of the compound, so much so that they don't get in the way of your vehicle, so that you don't reverse into them or drive into them. So please teach your children safety on the road and safety in the house when it comes to driving. Another one, the last but not the least, is your licensing. Your licensing is quite important. As parents, I know when I ask you, you tell me, oh, I started getting my driver's license since 1970, since 1960. But how about your children? Are you doing the same thing with your children? Do they have the right license to drive? Or you still have that permit with them and you tell them, permit takes you from point A to point B. Permit will not take them from point A to point B. Permit means a permit to drive. It's not a license to drive. And then your permit has an expiration. Once it expires, we expect that you have the right license to drive. Your driver's license is the license that gives you that right to drive on the road after going through driving school. Your vehicle license is the license that gives you the right to have that vehicle ply the road. They are different. And in your vehicle, in your vehicle documents, you have the roadworthiness, the vehicle license. They are in papers. Check them well. Now, your driver's license expires on your birthday. So if your birthday is July, please go and take your license right now. Check and be sure that your license is not expiring this year. And if you have any issue with your license or your licensing, please walk into any federal road safety office and ask to see their PRO. If you come to Ojodu, which is the state headquarters, ask to see me, and then we'll discuss about it further. Thank you for having me today. It's been nice being here. I hope you've been able to learn one or two things about driving on the road. Till I come your way again next week, make sure you understand that you have to wear your seatbelt when you are driving. Your phone is not a tool to use while you are driving. And if you need to use it, please park by the side of the vehicle, of the road, to make your call. If you are fatigued or you are taking a medication, please do not drive. Please do not drive. Also, speeding is not a thing to do when you are driving. You drive, you don't speed. You drive, you don't speed. Another one is overtaking when it's not clear enough for you to overtake, or overtaking at a bend is a no. Also, you need to understand that there's no reason for you to be unnecessarily raged on the road or while driving. Nobody is fighting you on the road. You're not in competition with anybody while driving. So please quit road rage. Also, driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs is a no. And we have come in collaborations with Nigeria Drug Law Enforcement Agency to make sure that we put everyone driving under the influence of alcohol and drug to book. So please don't be found wanting. Also, your vehicle maintenance is very important, not just as a man, but as a woman. Please note that you need to understand, you need to know how to pull your fire extinguisher when there is a need for it. You need to be able to change your tires. Please learn how to check your bonnet, everything that you need to open your bonnet and check whatever it is that is there that you need to put in check, without getting your husband or your boyfriend or your dad into it. Also, I've spoken about child safety. Please stick to it. Pampering a child is not by putting them on the steering or by putting them beside you. When they cry, teach them how to sit behind and sit in their car seat. It's nice speaking here. Thank you for having me. Till I come your way again next week. Ciao.